Yo, what up, Bone Army? Crypto Market Bone Army coming at you. So I told you I was gonna come at you yesterday, but as I told you guys, I had that stomach bug, man. It had me out. I was out. I wasn't able to come through. But today I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and knock this out. Of course, I am talking about the Shiba Inu magazine called the Shib Magazine. So right now you guys see I'm on shib.io, and of course this is a primary source. In case you don't know about Shiba Inu, don't know about Shibarium, don't know about Shib OS, don't know about the Shiba State, okay? Because I get it, it's a lot. I mean, even for people that supposedly are in the ecosystem, their impatience grows day by day. And I just sit back and I'm like, do you guys understand what Shiba Inu is actually trying to accomplish? Because I really don't think you guys are. And I'm not talking about you, Bone Army. I'm not talking about you, Treat Army, some of the Shib Army. Okay? I'm talking about these When Moon. Why isn't the price moving? The price isn't moving because it's not supposed to move yet. Of course, I do believe Bitcoin is moving as I speak right now. Let's just quickly slide over to look at Bitcoin because that shit is going crazy, my people. The timing was crazy. Look at this. All right, hold up. Is this tripping? So, you know what? This is another thing too, my people. This thing has been absolutely I don't even know if I should restart it because even before I hopped on, this thing was tripping. So I'm like, should I just restart it before I hop on? Like my connection's been trash the whole day. So I don't get it. I went from cable, right, to fiber optic, which supposedly is faster. And honestly, I think either they're not selling the fiber optic all the way like they should, or something's up, because I feel like I had a faster connection with cable. All right, so all right, here, so let's go ahead and put this over here in perspective. All right, nice little candle over here that shot up. All right, so I believe it even broke 87. Yep, it broke 87. Okay, so this is a potential breakout. I don't know what's going on with the networks. I myself was actually trying to get a little Shiba Inu. I was trying to get a little Shiba Inu, and of course, just so you guys know, I am going to do the Shib magazine. I am going to try to listen to the Shytoshi Spotify, the Shy Speaks. All right. So in case you guys are new to my channel, I am going to be hitting you guys with some of that. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it, my people. So anyways, I did want to just show you that. And normally when Bitcoin goes, though, Shib goes. That's why I'm like, damn, I need some Shib right now. So I was actually trying to buy Shib. All right, so this is where Shib's at right now. And look, Shib is most likely going to break out. All right, so that's why I was trying to kind of get a little Shib, but regardless, it don't matter, my people. Here we are. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it, because once again, this is big. Like I said, it's so big that people grow impatient, but if they actually understood how big this actually is and how much work and technology went into even getting to this foundation to even begin to move forward towards a nation state, honestly, I hope they apologize after. All right, cool. With that said, let's go ahead and get into it. So shib.io, but that's not why I came here. Of course, you guys know I came because I wanted to show you guys the Shib magazine. Okay, so let's go ahead and let me show you what the Shib magazine looks like. Of course, I already told you guys, if you haven't subscribed to the Shib magazine, this is your time. Look, it says mint your NFT. You can sign up, subscribe to this magazine, go ahead and go back, log in, and you'll be able to mint a free NFT. Every magazine cover is a free NFT. The first 3,000 Shibisons, right? Bone Army members, Shib Army members, Treat Army members that go over and try to get the magazine minted will get the NFT. All right, with that said, this is also one of the ways that you can get karma for free. Okay, this is not just about money. Of course, money is important to the ecosystem, because without any investments, right, without people continually buying, where would it go? But that is where Shiba Inu is actually excelling, because Shiba Inu is creating a whole range of platforms which bring technology, and technology brings utility. And once you have a necessity, a utility, then you will have people and customers that will use it. All right, with that said, let me go ahead and get into the Shib magazine. Let me make sure I'm sharing it. All right, cool. So, of course, you already know we're going to go in. All right. This thing was a little tricky. I got to like page 20 last time. So, in case you didn't catch the first live regarding the karma system, you can go ahead and, honestly, if you want to just bounce now and go catch it, it's okay with me. I'd rather you get the information than I get the views, to be honest. At the end of the day, I want you guys to understand so that you guys could be informed and fight the FUD, and how meticulous this system has been compared to, devised, and strategized so that it can't be gamed. Of course, they said if it does get gamed, there is mechanisms. But once again, this is where we are right now. Okay, Shiba Inu, good morning, Shib Army. Covered all this. I'm just going to click so you guys can see the quality of this magazine. This is one of the, and keep in mind, what other ecosystem, okay, because keep in mind, they say Shiba Inu and they think token, meme coin. Well, this is an entire country. This is an entire technology stack, blockchain wrapped into one, fully homomorphic encryption, mass partnerships across various chains, and different niche markets, from artificial intelligence to fast food to liquid staking derivatives platforms to the physical, or as they call them, physical to digital, digital to physical aspects of verification and NFC verification and rarity. Okay, that is something that hasn't been done. So they are continually hitting different aspects. That's why I call it hashtag everything fi. All right, Bone Army. All right, but let them know who said it. All right, so of course I read through all this, told you how participating in Shiba Swap, participating in the ecosystem, buying tokens, making liquidity pools will give you different rankings, sending qualified tokens, bridging tokens will give you increased visibility. And this is, of course, to equalize the field. You go from pup to young mutt, graduated Shiba, Shib apprentice, aspiring Grand Shiba, and Dojo Master. This is the highest ranking so far. All right. So in case, I'm just trying to catch you guys up. And of course, I mean, just so you guys know, here, let me just quickly, because I'm telling you, my people. Here, let me just hit you guys over here. Look, I went through this mineral water, hit this coconut water, empty already. You know, going through this Ensure right now as I speak, hitting another coconut water. This one actually got some, and I'm trying to hit a little coffee too. I'm trying to stay fully hydrated because I know this is going to be a long one, my people. So with that said, you already know I'm going to bring you that quality though, my people. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and keep this rolling. All right, page 13, Shiba Inu karma shifts the game. Of course, why this matters. In case, I'm telling you, I covered a lot. The digital trust, how it basically compares to Reddit, Overflow, Duolingo, and Korea. I mean, different aspects of it. I'm talking about reward systems and how they're also gamed. All right, because a lot of people are saying, well, what if it's gamed? Well, they talked about that in the magazine. If you read the magazine before you fudded the project, you might have known that. But no, you're too busy fudding the project, trying to tell the number one project in Ethereum, which is Shiba Inu, whether you know it or not. Okay, the number one layer 2 in terms of transactions. And yes, when people say, oh, that's because they're minting this or they're minting that, you know what? It's called testing, my people. And it is basically getting robust. All right, that's what we're talking about. That's why I'm messing with even the liquid staking derivatives platform that is called Canine Finance. All right, and I have to write a proposal because it looks like some of the, in my opinion, some of the people that are less loyal to the Shibarium ecosystem are trying to move it towards other ecosystems instead of expanding. And one person asked me, in fact, I mean, I'm sure you don't mind, but regardless, I won't say who it is. He said, "Oh, can you elaborate?" In one of the posts on the forums, and I'm like, you know what? I will, but I think it's better if I reply how I know I have to reply. All right, because you know what? Enough with the talk. Hit him with a couple of the Mika Maka Mukas. You feel me? All right, cool. In the form of a proposal, that is, not physical. All right, cool. So this is once again edition number 63, the 63rd edition of the Shib Magazine. All right, trust by the numbers, how ratings and reviews shape our digital world. Star ratings rule our world, but digital trust signals trustworthy. Or, so I'm sorry, it says, but are digital trust signals trustworthy, or are we losing genuine connection? And that's true, because you know what? A lot of times you can see how they're like, oh, like 5-star review. And then you're like, man, this thing is at 5-star. Or I myself, the one thing I do actually is I go to the worst reviews. That's the first thing I do. I forget the 5-star review. No, 1s and 2s. Why are people writing 1s and 2s? Let me know if I need to invest in this product, if I need to look for another one. What's the alternative? Did it fall apart? For example, I was looking for my backyard, right? I'm trying to get a fire pit. So I was looking at some fire pits, and then like there was one I liked, and I'm like, damn, this is dope. Why is it ranked so low? The rating is low. So I ended up checking the rating, and then the person was like, man, this thing turned into a rust bucket within a couple of weeks, and I had it under a canopy. Anyways, with that said, I'm like, yo, that kind of sucks. All right, cool. So let me go ahead and get into this for you guys. All right, so once again, this is the Shib Magazine. Get your free NFT, get your free karma. All right, so as you guys know, this ties into the Shib identity. Oh, and I kept doing this too because I keep scrolling instead of grabbing the page. All right, so if I do that about 1,000 times while I'm reading this, let me just apologize in advance, because I myself was getting annoyed with myself, but I had to keep thugging through. All right, cool. So you scan the Yelp reviews, trust those 5 stars, and click book. In your digital world, ratings and reviews aren't just suggestions. They are trust, a currency shaping where we go and who we believe. Let me just say this, guys. My stomach is killing me. So in case I have to leave for a moment and come back, it is what it is, my people. I'm a thug through this, but I'm gonna let you know that I had to come on just because I'm like, damn, I said I was gonna do it yesterday. I didn't do it yesterday. Let me go ahead and come on today. Do I feel 100? Hell no, I don't feel good at all. I'm gonna be honest. But so I'm already seeing it's a little kind of foggy on my part. I can feel the fogginess on my brain, my peoples. All right, cool. So let's keep this going though. Oh, and also happy 420. That's probably what I need. I need a fat bowl to clear up my mind a little bit, man. For real. Like, I'm sick if I haven't even snapped the fat bowl. Like, real talk. All right, cool. When you search for a new brunch spot, do you trust the 5-star average on Yelp? Are you reassured by a 99% positive rating for a seller on eBay? If so, you are not alone. In a world mediated by screens and algorithms, reputation systems have become modern compasses guiding choices about who or what to trust. Reputation systems are fundamentally about increasing or decreasing the level of trust in our person or thing based on collective perception. Randy Farmer and Bryce Glass wrote in Building Web Reputation Systems. All right, so another thing too, and if you want to read this, you can click here and read that article, because all these are links too. So I like how Shiba Inu provides links in case, because everyone is always questioning Shiba Inu, and to be honest, it's, in my opinion, the most methodical project out there. All right, let me continue this, because honestly, this is going to be too long if I keep doing that. All right, cool. My bad. And let me go ahead and just get a little of this coconut water and thug through everything. Let me get a vape shot too to really knock this through. All right, cool. It says, from humble beginnings on eBay to far-reaching influence on platforms like Amazon and Airbnb, reputation metrics are everywhere. These digital trust signals represent more than numbers. They function as an emerging currency, one that can boost sales, increasing occupancy, or even sway professional opportunities. Sorry, I keep misreading the words, my people. Like I said, I'm foggy. But just to touch back on this, the 99% and the 5-star review, there was this one fake restaurant that they were saying it was the most exclusive. They rated 5-star and all this, and it was actually a test. I forgot if it was a frontline exclusive, but that was basically just talking about how influencers and the trust reputation systems can be gained. All right, you know what? This thing. And also what I was going to say is I liked when this was just one single long page, you know, because this is so much harder to read too. I mean, just throwing it out there for the Shib Magazine people. All right. So it's all the time I'm wasting just over here, this slowly going over here and shit. All right. So building trust among strangers. In the mid-1990s, eBay introduced one of the earliest large-scale reputation features, buyer-seller feedback. People could trade with strangers across the globe because they had a basic reference point of credibility. Feedback mechanisms can foster trust in online marketplaces, allowing even strangers to transact with one another, often for significant sums. Paul Resnick and Richard Zeckhauser said in a 2006 study published in Experimental Economics, they found that sellers with strong positive ratings on eBay could earn 5 to 10% higher auction prices. It was the beginning of a new era in which an online score helped establish confidence among anonymous users. 5.0 customer review. It shows like a 5-star graphic. Stars, reviews, and the rise of Yelp. With eBay paved the way. While eBay, this is going to be tough if I keep doing this shit, my people. While eBay paved the way, Yelp brought 5-star. Fuck. While, damn, am I that sick? That's crazy. While eBay paved the way, Yelp brought star-based reviews to the mainstream. Suddenly, a quick scan of user opinions could make or break a restaurant's dinner rush. Michael Luca, a professor at Harvard Business School, studied this effect. Online customer reviews substitute for more traditional forms of reputation, reducing the uncertainty that consumers face when making purchase decisions. End quote. Luca wrote in Reviews, Reputation, and Revenue, the case of Yelp.com. He found that a 1-star rise in a Yelp rating correlated with a 5 to 9% increase in revenue for a restaurant. It was clear that digitized reputations had replaced or at least supplemented traditional stamps of approval like word of mouth or newspaper reviews. My bad. I'm so lost. This sounded like he said an increase, but shouldn't it bring it a decrease? My bad. I know I should just keep going, but I'm going to read it again. He found that a 1-star rise in a Yelp rating. Oh, a 1-star rise. Okay, that's what it was. But I thought a 1-star review, 1-star rise translated to, okay, that makes sense. All right, cool. Damn, even my comprehension is crazy low. All right, social capital in the digital age. Reputation systems extend beyond dining and retail. On social platforms such as Reddit or Stack Overflow, points and upvotes measure the community's perception of each contributor. Those with high scores gain influence and status, while downvotes reduce visibility. Quote, our relationships of trust, social solidarity, and the set of practices that sustain them are both transformed by and critical to the success of network peer production. End quote. Yokai Benkler wrote in The Wealth of Networks. Damn, these are I want to actually read all those too. But I mean, this would actually take all day for me to actually do that live. All right. Benkler's insight highlights how open source software and volunteer driven communities rely on these digital signals. Contributors who earn a solid reputation based on quality work can guide projects, mediate conflicts, or propose changes. The team perspective. Reputation concerns also reach younger users. Dana Boyd, a Microsoft researcher, that's messed up. Her last name should be capital, but they left it lowercase. No disrespect to the Boyds, I'm sure, by the Shib. A Microsoft research scholar and founder of Data and Society has conducted extensive studies of teenage behavior on social media. Quote, teens manage multiple publics and apply diverse strategies to build credibility and maintain reputation, end quote. Boyd wrote in It's Complicated, The Social Lives of Network Teens. She found that young people curate their digital personas, balancing the desire to be appealing to peers while still remaining palatable to family or future employers, becoming a superhost, quote unquote. Reputation systems influence entire business models. Airbnb uses ratings, reviews, and communication scores to evaluate its hosts. A 2017 Airbnb report indicated that Superhost had occupancy rates 20 to 30% higher than average. That added status, visible through a badge, directly translates to trust, which in turn means more bookings. Possible dark sides. All that potential comes with risks. Jerome Lanier warned about the commodification of reputation and who owns the future. Why isn't there a link to that one? Quote, when reputation is your currency, it might be traded away without your awareness, shaping your opportunities in unseen ways, end quote. Lanier wrote. And then there's a graphic of an anonymous, unhappy person, I guess, with a bag and an unhappy face basically markered on it. It says worse, unsatisfactory, disappointed, upset, poor quality, or the star review. One issue is the rise of fake reviews or review bombs, end quote. Fraudulent 5-star ratings can artificially inflate or tank a product's perceived quality. A 2018 Harvard Business Review analysis found that some businesses pay for positive reviews, undermining the credibility of the entire system. Airbnb listings have also faced biased accusations. A 2016 Cornell University study suggested that hosts and guests' perceived ethnicity can influence reviews, sparking concerns about discrimination. Bro, this takes forever. All right, is that it? They should end. Oh, no, it isn't. I think, no, it's still over here. All right, cool. But regardless, though, because you know what? When you read newspapers or some magazines, the very end has like a little logo or something indicating the article is finished. So I would suggest the Shib Magazine does that. If anyone can tweet Shy for me on X, because I'm probably not going to do it. And if I don't do it, I doubt he's going to get this, or anyone. All right, cool. So technology versus connection. Cheryl Turkle, an MIT psychologist, has studied how technology reshapes personal interactions in reclaiming conversation. She voiced concerns that online ratings might become a stand-in for real relationships. Quote, we come to rely on quantified reputation as a proxy for trust, but it can overshadow direct personal engagement, end quote. Turkle said. Damn, that reminds me. There was this one guy called Studs Turkle. I'm gonna have to actually see if there's any audio of him on the side note. All right. So reducing trust to a number may gloss over important nuances about a service or a person. Are we losing the chance to truly connect because we rely on star ratings instead of deeper dialogue? What's next? As social, commercial, and professional interactions continue moving online, reputation metrics will likely grow in importance. Decentralized reputation systems built on blockchain technology could offer users more ownership over their data and let them move their scores across platforms. Damn, imagine they're literally telling you that the reputation system that they're building on Shibarium, they're trying to make it interoperable so that you can actually go into other ecosystems and perhaps even get plays in that ecosystem based on your reputation. Just putting it out there for you guys, just thinking it through, because they're letting you know right here. Big Easter egg right here. So once again, it says decentralized reputation systems built on blockchain technology, Shibarium, could offer users more ownership over their data and let them move their scores across platforms. Others argue for more detailed scoring categories to capture different facets of reliability and expertise. Quote, our relationships of trust are both transformed by and critical to the success of network peer production, end quote, Benkler wrote. They re-quoted this. This must be important. Our relationships of trust are both transformed by and critical to the success of network peer production. All right. That line from Benecker underscores the overarching lesson. Well-designed reputation systems foster new possibilities for collaboration and commerce, but they must be managed carefully. Bias, misuse, and the oversimplification of trust remain persistent challenges. By staying vigilant, we can build systems that reflect people's true qualities and preserve our capacity for genuine human connection. All right. So that was the article. All right. And there it is. Someone hitting some kind of reputation system. All right, cool. Next article. Already, I'm telling you this, we're moving quick. Karma system, frequently asked questions. I actually read them from the Shib.io on the first one, but I'm glad they're getting into it because this is the reason why we read the Shib magazine. Let me go ahead and get a little drink because my throat is killing me. All right, cool. And I'll get into your questions and comments and all that, my people. I'm just trying to get through this ASAP. So I'm sure there's a bunch of writers in the comments, as always. I don't even have to see. I already know the writers are there. I appreciate you, Bone Army, for locking in 100%. You know, I'm over here for you guys because I know some of y'all gave me the good comments. Were hitting me on DMs, hitting me on even text messages. So just know I appreciate all of you guys. I appreciate all the love you guys gave me. I mean, so here I am for you guys too. All right. So, unlocking influence, a guide to Shiba Inu's karma system. Shiba Inu's new karma system rewards active community engagement with on-chain karma points, offering a fresh approach to ecosystem participation. The Shiba Inu ecosystem is constantly evolving, and one of the newest additions is the Shiba Inu karma system, currently launching in its beta phase. Karma is designed to recognize and reward active participation, positive contributions, and overall engagement within the community, functioning much like an experience point XP system in common gaming. It's a way to celebrate the members shaping the future of Shiba Inu. This FAQ, frequently asked question, will walk you through everything you need to know about earning karma, how it works, and its impact on the Shiba Inu community. All right, so let's see. What is karma and how does it relate to reputation? I wonder if this is what they have on Shib. Let me see if this is what they have on Shib real quick, my people. Let me see. Right here. FAQs. Let me see. Hit this real quick. Karma. Oh no. So they got way more detail. Yes, sir. So that's why we come over here. So what is karma and how does it relate to reputation? Answer. Karma is primarily an on-chain experience point XP system built on Shibarium. It measures your activity and positive contributions within the Shiba Inu ecosystem. Think of it like gaining XP in a game for completing actions. It is not technically a reputation system itself, but your karma score will be considered a key component in calculating a user's broader reputation within the ecosystem in the future. Karma incentivizes positive behavior and recognizes active users. Question: is the final version of the karma system? My bad, I scrolled. That was all me. All right, so is the final version of the karma system? Is this the final version of the karma system? Answer: no. The current release is a beta version. This means the system is live and functional, but Shiba Inu plans to include more ecosystem products and user actions that will generate karma points in future updates. The system will evolve based on community feedback and ecosystem growth. Beta version. Question: how does karma work technically? Answer: karma is unique because it's a fully on-chain XP system operating directly on the Shibarium network. This ensures transparency and makes your score verifiable on the blockchain. This might be one of the first, if not the first, fully on-chain systems of its kind. All right, so this right here too, I don't know of any system like it. So this is, they're letting you know right now too, unless you, if you know, put it in the comment section. All right, mention the network, but it sounds like another first, another bullish sign. This might be the first, if not the first. This might be the first, if not the first, fully on-chain systems of its kind, my people, because it's on-chain. External development teams can potentially leverage the karma system for their own application built on Shibarium. Shiba Inu plans to introduce an intake system soon to formally allow other teams and products to integrate with the karma framework. All right, so there it is, my people. That's why it's so banger. All right, how do I earn karma points during the beta phase? Answer: you earn karma points through specific verifiable actions, engaging in wallet transactions on Shibarium, sending and receiving tracked Shiba Inu ecosystem tokens like Shib. Bone specific lists may evolve on the Shibarium network. Token swaps and transfers within the ecosystem also contribute. Participating on Shiba Swap on Shibarium. Key actions like adding liquidity, creating liquidity pairs, swapping tokens, adding new tokens, and validating stakes all currently increase your karma score. Contributing to the community while primarily tracking is on-chain. Positive engagement is designated official community channels. In designated community official community channels, posting valuable content. Participating constructively may also be factored into specific mechanisms outlined by the team. Note: the range of actions earning karma is expected to expand after the beta phase. Question: how is karma calculated fairly? Is it just based on volume? Because a lot of people are saying that. They're like, oh, it's based on money. That's what I was reading in one of my favorite chats, honestly, which kind of hurt me, honestly. But regardless, it is what it is. All right, we keep going, my people. How is karma calculated fairly? Is it just based on volume? Answer: no, it's not just about volume. Shiba Inu has implemented an important logarithmic curve formula for calculating karma points. This sophisticated formula is designated specifically to ensure fairness and prevent whales, users with very large holdings / transactions, from gaining drastically disproportionate points compared to regular users. It rewards consistent participation across multiple variables, making the system more equitable. All right, I like that. I don't like equitable over equal. All right, always remember that. All right, question: what actions specifically earn karma? Beta examples. Answer: during beta actions supporting ecosystem activity, liquidity and growth on Shibarium are rewarded. Examples include, and these are about 7 bullet points. 1, sending, receiving tracked ecosystem tokens above certain minimums if applicable. 2, adding liquidity to designated Shiba swap pools. 3, creating new liquidity pools pairs on Shiba Swap. 4, swapping tokens on Shiba Swap. 5, validating stakes related to Shiba Swap or Shibarium. And 6 or 7, I forgot, lost count already. Community actions as defined by official guidelines. Parenthetical reminder: this list will likely grow as more products integrate post beta. All right, so remember that the list is only going to get bigger, and that's actually what we want. We want to be rewarded for gaming. We want to be rewarded for transactions, for using partnerships, etc. All right, what is the significance of karma in the Shiba Inu ecosystem? Answer: karma serves primarily as an XP system to incentivize positive and constructive behavior. It provides a transparent online measure of a user's contribution and activity level. It encourages users to connect, engage, and be rewarded for actions that benefit the ecosystem's health and growth. Your karma score will be a factor in determining your overall standing and reputation. Question: where can I see my karma score? Answer: once your wallet is connected to the relevant Shiba Inu platform, example, the upcoming Shibarium portal or integrated these decentralized apps, your karma score should be displayed on your profile. Access methods may vary slightly by platform. Parenthetical, original text mentioned a lotus flower icon. Retained, if accurate, for the specific platform. And that's what I said. If you go to oh my god, if you go to shib.io, that's what I believe it is. Let me see real quick. All right, so if you come over here, connect your wallet, and yeah, here is the karma points. How to earn, and you can check your score right there. So yeah, that is true. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and keep this rolling. It says, question: can I hide or change my karma score? Answer: no, you cannot hide or change your karma score. It is a transparent and immutable reflection of your interactions within the Shiba Inu ecosystem and serves as an indicator to other users about your engagement and contributions. Banger. So basically, it's like on-chain street cred. All right, you can't fake it. All right, either you're him or you're not. You feel me? Because right now, crypto, a lot of these devs, a lot of these teams, they swear they're him, but then later on, they rug the project, they abandon the project, they can't handle the pressure, whatever the problem is. All right, so when I see Shiba Inu continue to come out with specific utility-based tokens that further the ecosystem into what Ryoshi's vision is, which is a perpetual community in perpetuity, running on its own forever. That's what we're talking about. So they don't have a swap and they're stressing out they got one token. They don't have a partnership and they're stressing out over one token. All right, they have no metaverse and they're stressing out over one to, like, you feel me? Like, come on, I can see if you're running a bigger project, like, you know, like for example K9 or something, and of course K9's done an amazing job, and of course I'm biased because I believe K9 Finance is one of the most undervalued projects in all of crypto, let alone Shibarium. But I'll touch that a little bit later. All right. For those of you that stay, trust me, you're going to get value. And of course, not financial advice, not telling you what to do, just telling you what I would do if I was you, telling you what I'm literally doing, because the bangers are here if you recognize them. If you can't, well, you know what? There'll be 4 years. All right. And then you can hop in on that one. Okay. So catch this ride or catch the next one. It's all good. We all catch our ride when we catch it, just like you catch Bitcoin at the price that you catch it on. You catch Shiba Inu at the price you catch it on. It's all relative. It's all up to you. The control is in your hand. All right. So what can I do with my karma score level? Answer: your karma level determined by your score can impact your access and influence. Benefits are tied to demonstrating positive participation and may evolve post-beta. Potential benefits include increasing voting power. Karma levels may grant greater weight in future community governance proposals on Shibarium. So there's 3 bullets. The next one is enhanced visibility. So higher karma may lead to greater visibility on official community platforms. And 3, exclusive features / access, potential access to specific features, tools, events, or even participation requirements based on karma thresholds. Oh my God, I did it again. Let me see where this goes. All right, cool. So question: what is my karma level / boost? Answer: your karma level, also referred to as your karma boost, represents your overall standing within the Shiba Inu ecosystem. It is earned through positive interactions with Shiba Inu products, Shiba Swap, SNS, the Shib, and other community members, upvotes, comments, etc. All right. Question: can I trade my karma scores? Answer: no. You cannot trade your karma scores. They are tied to your decentralized identity and wallet, and are intended to represent your unique contributions to the Shiba Inu ecosystem. Question: what are the karma levels? Beta structure. Answer: the system uses tiers, each potentially unlocking benefits, parentheses, points / benefits subject to potential adjustment post beta, end quote. So Pup 10 to 50 points, Young Mutt 50 to 100 points, Graduated Shiba 100 to 500 points, Shib Apprentice 500 to 1,000 points, Aspiring Grand Shiba 5,000 to 10,000 points, Grand Shiba 5,000 to 10,000 points, and Doge Master 10,000 plus points. Sheesh. That's a lot of points, my people. And if you have over that, if you got 50,000, you're part of then you're just a bone army general. They should make you a bone army general. You know what I mean? All right. Or maybe Shib. They should do like 25,000 Shib army, then 50,000 leash army, then 75,000. All right, I'm gonna stop. So basically, you already know. It's about bone, it's about treat, it's about leash, it's about Shib. All right. And then we buy these, we let them go up, then we sell them into Shi, the stable coin, and we keep the money in the ecosystem. When it dips, we let everything go down, then we buy back in, spank that thing right back in, and then slide Shi right into Shib and everything else. I mean, come on. The play is there if you recognize it, my people. They're literally laying it out for you. All right, cool. Let's go ahead, keep going. Question: what are quests? Answer: quests are planned as a future feature. They will be specific missions or tasks users can complete within the ecosystem to earn additional karma points. Details will be announced via official Shiba Inu channels. Question: how do wallet transactions contribute to karma scores? Answer: performing wallet transactions on Shibarium with tracked Shiba Inu ecosystem tokens demonstrates active use and support for the network's activity and liquidity, thus earning you karma. What I'm going to tell you is this. You know, K9 Finance is the official liquid staking derivatives platform of the Shiba Inu project, of the Shib project. All right. So, you know, Bad Idea is the official AI project partner Shib. All right. You know, Wellies is project NFT collaborate partner Shib. All right. So I'm just putting that out there for you guys. All right. Putting it out there. All right, cool. Holy snap. I keep doing that, bro. That's but I think it didn't do anything. All right, cool. Let me go ahead and move this up. Question. Does the karma system benefit the Shiba Inu community? Answer. The karma system benefits the Shiba Inu community by promoting active participation, rewarding users for their contributions, encourages active engagement within the ecosystem, enhancing ecosystem growth. By incentivizing users to take part in the ecosystem, karma contributes to its overall growth and development. Fostering a positive community environment. The system encourages collaboration and the creation of valuable content, promoting a more positive and impactful community. Increasing community influence. Karma points give users a greater voice in community decisions, increasing overall influence. Supporting liquidity and activity. Wallet transactions that earn karma also support the ecosystem's liquidity and activity. So keep in mind that liquidity is important, but activity is also important. Send yourself or your wallet, okay, a couple of different tokens, especially on Shibarium. Spend $1, okay, a whole dollar. There's an inside joke with that, my people. Because, anyways, I'm gonna have to tell you guys. Ask me about the whole dollar one time. I'm gonna save that one for later. If you guys caught this one, ask me later. I'll tell you about that one. All right, it was funny. All right, cool. So, point is, spend a whole dollar, which is about 3 to 3.5 bone. Okay, it only costs you like 1/100th of a bone to send a transaction. So send yourself different transactions. Send yourself 1 million or 10 million Shib back and forth. You feel me? Go ahead and be active. That doesn't cost you any money. Okay, you already have the tokens. If you already have the tokens, you're already in the ecosystem. Get you some Shib magazines, mint them NFTs, get you some free karma. You have Bone, you have Leash, you have K9, you have Bad Idea. Go ahead and send yourself them tokens. Send it to one wallet, send it back to the other on Shibarium, of course. All right. Anyways, that doesn't cost you anything. So don't let people FUD you out of your bags, because I'm seeing a lot of negativity, and that's part of the reason why, you know, I'm thugging through this sickness to let you guys know I'm as bullish as ever. I don't care about any drama that people are trying to stir up. In fact, they're trying to stir it up, but like, you feel me? Like, does an eagle hunt a fly? Does an eagle hunt a fly? You feel me? So we ignore the flies, swat them away. All right, we're predators, baby. Apex. Okay, we hit the top of the food chain. Okay, alpha. You know, wolves. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Shiba Inu is the apex predator when it comes to crypto. No doubt about it. And that's basically why they keep going for the jugular. That's why they keep getting targeted. You guys don't even see when they get targeted because you guys are so apolitical, and it's crazy that you guys don't see it. But it's okay. Shiba Inu really is like WikiLeaks. You know, like, they don't have to say anything. They got to just let their reputation speak for itself, and people will listen. All right, with that, let's go ahead and keep this going. All right, fostering positive, where was it? Increasing community influence. Oh, yeah, so go ahead and send yourself some transactions, my people. That's what I'm talking about. Support liquidity. So you can go ahead and Get the tokens you already have, stake them practically for free for like about less than a cent, dead ass, less than a cent. All right. So people, oh, you need money. Like, you know what? Just let them talk. Let them talk. Right. Stake your liquidity. Get you some extra APR, APY, a little compound interest. All right. Increase your bag. All right. Don't let people FUD you out of your bag. And then send yourself some to different wallets that you have. Go ahead and send them back and forth. Ba, ba, ba. All right. That's how you can harvest some of these points. All right, cool. Rewarding meaningful participation. The system incentivizes ongoing meaningful participation in the ecosystem. And of course, that's not to say that, helping, having money. Okay. This is a business, right? So having money and buying big bags, not that doesn't help. Obviously that helps. I believe one of them was like liquidity of like $5,000 also gets you additional karma points. But of course that's to incentivize liquidity. All right. So once again, maybe you're a whale. You got $1,000 and you know that you got in bone that you just threw in there because you were bored. You know what I mean? Or you got like 5,000 in Shib or whatever, and you're like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just add this liquidity just to build some karma points. Keep in mind, this is also marketing. This builds not only reputation, but it builds community. All right, I'm going too long. Let me just go ahead and get into this. What was the name of this article? I didn't even see it. Or is this still the same thing? I don't even know if it's the same thing. All right, no, here it is, new one. All right, so that was a banger article, by the way, that we just read. All right, so the blockchain traffic jam, why true scalability remains elusive. And this is another thing too. Earlier, if you haven't already, go to your MetaMask. There is a promo for a free NFT mint on Linea. Go ahead and send yourself some Ethereum to Linea, Bridget, right? $1 or $2 is enough. Mint that NFT. But what I was going to tell you is it took so long. It took like 45 minutes just to bridge. So that was crazy, man. And it doesn't take that long with liquid staking. All right. So that's another advantage you guys have. All right, cool. So the blockchain traffic jam, why true scalability remains elusive. Blockchain promised speed, but hit a wall. Explore the scaling crisis, why current fixes aren't enough, and the quest for true global capacity. So this is another thing too. So the one thing I like about Shiba Inu, Shibarium, Shib OS, and the Shiba State, the vanguard that is Shib and the Shib team, Ryoshi, Shytoshi, Cal, etc., Lucy, is that they tackle everything on a strategic level. Okay, what are the problems? Why aren't the fixes that currently exist enough to fix this elusive problem of true scalability? All right, in the quest for global capacity, right? Because at the end, true global capacity is what they're aiming for. All right, absolutely every possible person on the planet to be on the blockchain. All right. And that's literally Ryoshi's vision. All right. Part of the vision. If you haven't, you know what? One of these days, I'm going to have to read that entire article again. His farewell. It's worth it. All right, cool. The digital highway groans under the weight. Blockchains promise a decentralized world, swift and open to all. Yet the reality is often a traffic jam. Fees spike unexpectedly. Transactions crawl. Users wait, frustrated. This fundamental struggle, the quest for true global scale performance without sacrificing the core vision, defines blockchain's most critical and persistent challenge. The revolutionary technology strains against its own limits, searching desperately for room to grow. Which also is bullish because it puts Shiba Inu, once again, Shibarium, once again, Shib OS and the technology stacks over 36 different chambers of technology, and of course, the Shiba State, as first movers. Okay, and that's one reason why this is important, because this is basically, as I describe it, you guys could quote me, everything fi. All right, everything fi. All right, so if you haven't heard that term before, it's because I came up with it, and it basically describes what Shiba Inu is. All right, cool. So the unyielding blockchain trilemma. The core issue lies in a concept developers call the quote unquote blockchain trilemma. A network typically must choose between optimizing for decentralization, power spread among many, security, resistance to attack, and scalability, handling high transaction volumes. So they need to choose between these. That's the reason why Shibarium is faster than Ethereum, because it uses the security of Ethereum while using the decentralized aspect of the Shibarium ecosystem and the scalability of the Shibarium blockchain with the technology stack towards the Shiba State, if that makes sense. All right, cool. Excelling at all three simultaneously has proven elusive. Early blockchains like Bitcoin prioritized decentralization and security. This meant deliberate constraints. Only a limited number of transactions could fit into each data block, added to the chain roughly every 10 minutes. This design worked for a nascent network, but as popularity grew, the limitations became clear. During peak demand, the network clogged. Transaction fees needed to be incentivized. Processors, called miners, soared. Users faced long waits for confirmation. Ethereum, designed for complex applications beyond simple payments, encountered similar hurdles. Its ability to host thousands of quote-unquote smart contracts created even greater demand for block space, leading to notorious spikes in processing fees, sometimes costing users hundreds of dollars for a single operation. I've seen thousands of dollars. Do you guys remember the Shib Mint? That thing was crazy. The Shytoshi Mint. You know, the network basically crashed, which also, though, made me bullish because it shows the power of the Shib army, Bone army, Leash army, and now Treat army. And soon, coming soon, the Shi army. All right, cool. So, shifting traffic. The rise of layer 2 solutions. This led developers down a different path, layer 2 scaling. The idea here is akin to building express lanes or feeder roads alongside the main highway. Layer 2 solutions process transactions off the main blockchain, bundling them together before settling a summary back on the highly secure layer 1. Several layer 2 designs emerged, quote, state channels, end quote, like Bitcoin's Lightning Network, allow users to conduct many transactions privately off-chain, while, only reporting the final balance to the main network. They can be very fast and cheap for frequent small payments between specific parties, but they require users to lock up funds and can face challenges routing payments across the network smoothly. Rollups take center stage. Optimistic versus ZK. More recently, rollups and quote unquote have gained significant traction, particularly on Ethereum. Optimistic rollups assume bundled transactions are valid unless challenged, relying on quote unquote fraud proofs to catch errors. Zero knowledge ZK rollups use complex cryptography to generate quote unquote validity proofs, mathematically guaranteeing the correctness of the bundled transactions without revealing the underlying data. Networks like Arbitrum, Optimism, ZK, Zinc, and Starknet have deployed rollups, significantly increasing transaction capacity and lowering fees compared to using Ethereum directly. Starknet was hot for a little bit. And I think it uses American colors. So is that based in America? I'm surprised that one didn't catch more buzz actually with Trump. But I guess they're doing SUI. All right, so persistent bottlenecks. Why layer 2 isn't enough yet? Even, and this is another thing too. Let me go ahead and sip on this real quick because my throat is killing me. All right, so they're talking about layer 2s. We're talking about Shibarium. Okay, now what I'm gonna tell you is this: the persistent bottlenecks that they're talking about, they're literally talking about themselves. Okay, so this is what's dope about it. So you can also expand on the problems that they're running into, and one problem that nobody really talks about, and that is sequencers. And I can see that they're about to talk about them right here. All right, cool. So yet, even these sophisticated layer 2s haven't fully solved the problem. They still rely on the main layer 1 for security and data posting. If layer 1, and before I actually get into this, that's what makes, and here a little secret though, Shibarium actually isn't even, if you made it this far and you aren't subscribed, go ahead and hit that sub, hit that like, bell it up, because some of my stuff is time sensitive and urgent. That way you can be notified when I go live or when I drop content. All right, what I was gonna tell you is that Shibarium, let me see, what was it? It was over here. They rely on layer 2, so congested rollups. Damn, what the hell was I gonna say? I sidetracked myself to say that. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So it's right here, basically. So look, that's another thing too, though. Shibarium isn't even really, and this is what I'm gonna tell you. You come over here, you get the alpha from your boy, because a lot of these people that are even part of the network don't even know this. I'm gonna be honest with you. They don't really keep up, and they don't read between the lines. And of course, they can't just come out and say it, because then everyone's just gonna jump on their tip, ride it, and then steal their idea, because that's what happens all the time. Why do you think there's so many swaps? Last bull run, every single token was going to come out with a swap because Shiba Inu did it. Last bull run, every single token said Inu after it. It could be anything. It could be Coca-Cola Inu. It could be air conditioner Inu. It could be, fog light Inu, car Inu. Anything Inu was basically out there. You guys know this. You guys got rugged multiple times. How many Inus have you? You know what? Put how many Inus you think you've been rugged by in the chat. Being dead ass. All right. If you're a Bone Army member, go ahead. If you're a Bone Army soldier, Bone Army general, all right, go ahead and all right, because I'm not even capping. All right. All right. So, anyways, point is that this isn't even a layer 2. It's a layer 1.5, my people. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. Just we'll keep some alpha for us. It is Easter, so I guess that's a little Easter egg for you guys. Shibarium is a layer 1.5, my people. Yes, sir. All right, cool. So, and then they say, oh, it's a fork of man. These people, yes, it is a type of fork of Polygon, but not exactly a clone fork. All right, so that's the difference right there. All right, different technologies, my people. We're talking about settlement layers. All right, cool. And also, that doesn't bring anyone down. Polygon is a very effective technology. They just suck at, maintaining, decentralization. It's very centralized. All right, cool. So persistent bottlenecks. All right. So yet even these sophisticated layer 2s, half an hour later, right, haven't fully solved the problem. They still rely on the main layer 1 for security and data posting. If layer 1 gets congested, layer 2 fees can rise. Rollups also introduce their own complexities. Some rely on centralized sequencers to control transactions initially, rising concerns about single points of failure or censorship. Though plans exist to decentralize these. I'm seeing the my thing kind of frees up a little bit. If for whatever reason it freezes up and it kicks me out, just know I am coming back. I'm gonna finish this. I'm finishing this for you, Bone Army. All right, I'm Bone Army. You're Bone Army. We're Bone Army. All right, we ride together. I'm sick, but I'm gonna ride this. I need you guys to get this alpha. I need you guys to get your karma points. All right, go ahead and import your Shib Magazine wallet into your MetaMask also, so you can claim those points. A little extra Easter egg for you guys. See what I mean? You come over here, you get your value. All right, so managing interactions between different layer 2 networks can also be cumbersome for users and developers. The landscape becomes fragmented. We haven't reached a point where using blockchain applications feels as seamless and cheap as using the traditional web, especially during high demand. The traffic jam, while perhaps eased in places, still persists. The one thing I'm gonna tell you is, I love Shibarium, but Sui is the closest thing that I've seen to traditional web. I'm talking about, I sent a couple, because once again, you guys know there was a type of, I'm not gonna say partner Shib, but there was a DeLorean NFT mint that occurred. You guys could get your capsules. If you did get your capsule, like I did, you know that one of the things there was a NFT DeLorean for the metaverse. But what I'm gonna tell you is that the mint happened on Sui. So once again, it's not just about Shibarium, my people. It's about Shibarium becoming the settlement layer. Go ahead and go on any chain you want. Put your money wherever you want. But understand what you're saying and understand who you're talking to. Understand who Shib is. All right? Don't get it twisted. Because most of these people, honestly, and I hate to keep going on these rants, but it's funny. They want to go to a blockchain, different blockchain, when they're literally sitting at the creation, at the foundation, the founding of the Shiba State. They want to go to market cap when the Shiba State is talking gross domestic product, PPP, gross national product within the metaverse and outside physical. Yeah, that's right. More alpha, more Easter eggs for you guys. This isn't just in the metaverse. All right? Putting it out there for you guys. But yeah, right now, wink, wink, it's only in the metaverse. All right? Understand who you're talking to. All these clowns, man, is crazy, bro. And some people I really respect too, which kind of hurts, man, because I'm like, damn, if you're this weak right now, you know what I mean? Wait till the real attacks come from the real shadow cats. You feel me? Not just, people that have a different opinion, people that don't like the way some people operate, don't like the way the product is going, because they're developing utility. First of all, they can't fully roll everything out if the federal laws, the legislation from Congress isn't even out for the stability of stable coins and how they're supposed to be done, how they're delineated. Once everything is fully delineated, trust me, things are going to get moving. I already know that there's a couple stable coins. Even Trump is coming out with a stable coin. I think it's called like USD1 or something like that. All right. So yeah, understand though, Shib is the only one that's going to be pegged to a penny. That's right. All right. Understand the power that actually brings, and if you can actually extract real value from the token and not just keeping it within a currency that is inflationary, but actually bring it to a deflationary ecosystem, what do you think that's going to do to people around the world? It's going to give them a leg up. This is the most socialist blockchain that exists, and that's why I rock with it. People don't understand what's going on, and also Vitalik Buterin is locked in, also trying to do that on Ethereum. Understand, yes, there is money to be made. Don't get it confused, but yes, with great technology comes great opportunities, but also the potential for great liberation. And that's what we're talking about. All right, cool. Let me keep going, man, because I get passionate about this because people don't even see what's happening and they just over here fudding, just like they did with the karma system. Haven't even read the karma. Oh, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. Bro, it's in beta right now. Literally in beta. And as you guys can see, I'm going through the Shib Magazine. This is a meticulously researched karma system. All right. This isn't just, oh, they decided to, you know what I mean, come out with something. All right. So anyways, at the end, we'll be able to compare karma systems from different platforms, different projects. So yeah, and maybe even combine, which is something that I'm moving towards actually in the background right now. All right. So the modular future, specialization, and layer 3. This reality is pushing innovators toward newer concepts. One is modularity, quote unquote. Instead of one blockchain trying to do everything, process transactions, secure the network, store data, modular designs propose separating these functions. Specialized chains could focus solely on providing data availability, while others focus on settlement, and yet others on fast execution. Well, guess what? This is another Easter egg right here. Guess what blockchain is gonna be? While others focus on settlement, just throw it out there, just nice little 3-pointer from the corner. Don't mind this little game winner right here in the middle of this paragraph. And you know what? If you see what's happening, you rock with me, and you know my vision on this. You know I'm the first one that really pushed any of these types of concepts out ahead of even Shib, because I don't even know if they understood where we're going with it. But clearly, it's been developing towards that. Like I told you, I've been waiting for the network state to develop since WikiLeaks. I thought WikiLeaks was going to be the first one. All right, WikiLeaks needs a token as well, low key. And big up to Mr. Julian Assange. All right, so let's go ahead and keep this going, my people. All right, so projects and also fast execution, data availability. It's interesting that Shiba Inu is actually focusing on all of these. Just putting it out there, and also finality. All right, just putting it out there. All right, so projects like Celestia are pioneering this approach. The theory is that specialization could allow each layer to optimize fully, potentially breaking through the trilemma's constraints. Building on this, some envision layer 3s, quote unquote. These could be hyper specialized networks built on top of layer 2s, tailored for specific applications like gaming or social media, offering even greater scalability and customization. Think of them as dedicated access ramps built off the layer 2 express lanes. Okay, and don't forget that Tree and Bone operate on layer 3 technology, my people. That's right, Shibarium's layer 3. All right, because it's not just a layer 1. It's not just a layer 1.5. It's not just a layer 2, and it's not just a layer 3. Okay, don't forget, they're headed for the unified settlement chain of crypto. Understand how big that is, my people. All right, and I get it. I mean, they can't just come out and say it, but I'm gonna say it because you're here and my channel is what it is. I'm gonna hit you with the truth, and if you get it, and if you understand that there is less Shiba Inu Satoshi unit for Satoshi unit than there is Bitcoin, then you are ahead of 99.9% of even the Shib army. Okay, so just putting it out there. So imagine how much more ahead of the average Joe you are when crypto adoption, I believe, is only like at 6% worldwide. All right, just put that out there. Putting a lot out there for you. It is Easter. I am feeling like crap, but I am rocking with you guys. I am gonna thug through this entire thing. I hear it in my voice. It's getting raspy, but I'm over here sipping on things, man. All right, so another thing too, another Easter egg, and I cannot confirm this. It is Easter, so I'm gonna give you all these Easter eggs. Another Easter egg and another one. I believe that there might be another partnership with Mana if they have all their stuff in line to run the billboards in the metaverse for Shiba Inu. Don't quote me on this, but that is speculation. I might have heard that from someone that accidentally let it slip, someone that has signed a non-disclosure agreement, and they were like, oops, but just putting it out there for you guys because I captured that. And no one said anything. So first person, you already know I stay ahead of it though, when I actually get into predicting it in this manner. Now, do I fall behind with some other stuff? Unfortunately, I do. Even today, K9 Finance is dropping their airdrop page. So I have to try to do something for that. Maybe just a dedicated show for them or whatever. But regardless, I'm keeping you up with everything I can, my people. So here it is, Karma system. All right, so modular Celestia, I just told you about Mana, little Easter egg. All right, so building on this, some envision layer 3s. Oh yeah, I already read that. All right, the ongoing quest for true blockchain scalability. The quest continues. The current landscape, dominated by layer 1 limitations and emerging layer 2 solutions, represents significant progress. Transactions are faster and cheaper than they once were, but true, quote unquote, scalability, the ability to handle global scale demand smoothly, cheaply, and without compromising decentralization or security remains an aspiration. The focus now shifts toward modular architectures and potentially layer 3 ecosystems, hoping these next generation designs can finally pave the way for blockchain technology to fulfill its initial expansive promise. The destination is clear, but the road is still under construction. One thing that this article didn't say is that another name for layer 3s is actually application layers, or all right, the application layers. Okay, so that's where applications will most likely live, in layer 3s if they need a lot of data. Keep in mind, layer 1 slow, and then a bunch of layer 1s bundled, kind of layer 2 so that it moves faster, and then a bunch of bundles bundled layer 3, and then up to layer 3, brought down to layer 2, then back down to layer 1 for confirmation. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and keep this going. Did this actually finally stop? Let me see. I don't even know. Let me actually check in with the Bone Army. See who's here. See if this is even still going over here. Bone Army, of course, we already know. Coming live. All right, coming at you. Had to do it. Like I said, thugging through it, but had to definitely knock it out. Doggy bites. While the crypto market can often seem like a stormy sea, we believe in harnessing the power of positivity to help you sail through. This section is dedicated to sharing the good vibes and uplifting updates from the Shiba Inu ecosystem, because we want to make the toughest times feel a little more bearable. Join us in Doggy Bites for your weekly infusion of optimism and cheer. All right, cool. So this is pretty dope. Once again, the Shib Magazine, 74th edition. All right, so this right here. So I guess they got through the karma. For the most part, let me just say, if you heard the first one, now you're catching part 2 of the karma system explained by yours truly, Bone Army. My reaction to it, you guys know I'm very positive on it, very bullish on it, very excited. This thing is the first of its kind, okay, on chain. I don't know of any. If you guys know any, put it in the comments. All right, so now that we got through the technology though, sometimes they do memes, they do different stuff at the end, even highlight new projects. This is where you get your alpha sometimes, all right, because sometimes they're paid advertisements, and you can go ahead and see some of these projects that are investing in the Shib Magazine, catch them after they dip, depending on market conditions, or get in early before they explode. You feel me? So all right, so best of Shib. The best of Shib presents a curated selection of the most exciting news, biggest trends, and unforgettable highlights from across the vibrant Shiba Inu ecosystem. It showcases the top moments, groundbreaking developments, and community achievements that make Shib, Bone, Leash Tree, Shibarium, and other Shiba Inu initiatives so dynamic. Readers get a dose of pure Shib positivity. All right, there it is. All right, so let me go ahead and go to the top. Let's see what picture they got over here. And of course, there was a Shiba Inu looking at the computer. All right, so it says, despite the bloodbath that's been going on in the markets these last few weeks, we like to look at the silver lining, the moments of triumph that remind us why we love this community. Take Shiba Inu, for example. The Shib Daily reported on Friday that Shib was recently positioned against a pivotal resistance wall, which a crypto analyst believes could catalyze a breakthrough. Crypto Wizard 101 has projected an initial target of 0.4015 with the potential for a staggering 67% surge up to 402 if the bullish momentum continues to build. All right, so that's pretty dope right there. Of course, you guys know that when Bitcoin moves, so does Shib. For some reason, so does Ethereum for some reason. And that is because they're tied together, my people. All right. So Bone, they're paired. You guys know that. So Bone also recently surged an astonishing 150%. Its 24-hour trading volume at the time reached nearly $11 million. The Bone derivatives market mirrored this enthusiasm too. Trading volumes for Bone futures and other derivatives reached over 315,000 in just one day. Shib.io's latest update takes the Shib experience to the next level. The new quote-unquote quick access, and here it is on the right. If you go to the Shib Magazine or Shib.io, I'm about to show you guys. It's actually down here. Look at this. Bop. And they made it even transparent so it doesn't get in the way, which is kind of dope. All right, cool. Let me go back to the magazine. I just showed you where it was at. And here it is. And it looks exactly like that. All right. So it says the quick access feature is designed to allow users to navigate the platform with ease, with fewer clicks to access key functions on the platform. It's definitely easier now to find what you need. It provides direct links to essential actions like swapping and bridging tokens, buying Bone or Shib in USD, building on Shibarium, purchasing Shib names, and more. Explore the new and improved Shib.io today. All right, so that's what it is, my people. Absolutely easy for people to navigate, to buy Bone, to buy Shib, and participate in the ecosystem. This, of course, is less reading. This is more images. Completed transactions, 1.044 billion. That's right. Over 1 billion transactions done on the Shiba Inu ecosystem, on the Shiba Inu blockchain. All right. Just so you guys know what's going on, there are blockchains that have not even met that threshold. They crash a lot of times. Their timing, their clocks are all out of whack. Solana has had to restart a couple times. So you already know when it comes to being scalable, as they just showed you in that last article, is definitely difficult. So the more robust the system is in terms of getting tested, the more robust it is against attacks. All right. Total addresses 197.27 million. Total contracts 27.989 thousand. Total transactions. Total Bone transfers 2.121 million. Average block time is only 5.02 seconds. Total accounts is 249.946 thousand, almost 250,000. In fact, probably by the time I'm reading this, it's already there because this is like about a week old. If you are new to this, once again, You get the alpha straight from the horse's mouth. All right, come over here. If you like this magazine, go ahead and read it yourself. Get you a free NFT. Get your karma up. Shibarium. Shibarium continues to demonstrate steady growth as indicated by the latest data, reflecting increased activity on the platform. On Monday, the completed transactions increased by approximately 7.5% from 971.336 million in our last report to 1.044 billion. The number of total addresses created currently stands at 197.27 million, while the total contracts experienced a small increase from 27.711 thousand to 27.989 thousand, almost 28,000. That's pretty dope. Meanwhile, the number of total bone transfers has edged up from 2.091 million in our last report to 2.121 million. This reflects a modest increase of around 1.4%. As for the total accounts created, there are currently 249.949 thousand, representing a 0.5% increase compared to our last report. All right, there it is, my people. So let's go ahead and keep going. Once again, this is the Shib Magazine, and you guys could get this every 2 weeks they drop it. All right, so let's see what this is dope. Let's see what the Shib Torch is up to. Total burned 850,149,892 Satoshis of Shib. That's right, 850,149,892 Shib burned, my people. That's banger right there. That's an increase of 3.80% from last week. All right, so that's another thing too. So you see that there was an increase. Shib burn. The Shib community has witnessed a remarkable uptick in token burns with a total of 850,149,892 Shib incinerated as of Monday, reflecting a 3.80% rise from last week. This increase is largely attributed to the efforts made possible through Shib Torch, a dedicated platform that enables community members to burn their tokens effectively. By harnessing the power of the community burn portal, Shib holders are not only contributing to the reduction of the token supply, but also promoting a sense of unity and purpose within the Shib ecosystem. All right, so go ahead and participate in that if you haven't already, my people. All right, let's go ahead and see what else is going on over here. This is Top Dogs. All right, Top Dogs. John Doe Shib at John Doe Shib. Hello, many of you submitted already. Thank you. But I'm sure there are many other projects yet to submit. Request you all to submit here soon. All right, there it is. Shibarium builders, it's your time to shine. If you've been developing awesome sauce products on Shibarium, you're invited to sign up here and join the Telegram group for devs. All right, so there it is. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit them up. If you have a project, Shib claimed the second spot in crypto insights, most mentioned highlight, hashtag meme coins, last 24 hours chart on Friday, ahead of Not, Floki, and other altcoins. Number 1 was Pepe. Number 2, Shib. Number 3, PopCap. All right. And honestly, I'm going to tell you this. Shib is the king of meme coins. But I did predict that there is a possibility that Pepe dethrones Shib on Ethereum, but that then Shib dethrones Pepe once the utility is out, burns, the games on the metaverse, etc., building, all that stuff, because it's going to be continual. All right, so that's my prediction. All right, I need to look that video up when I actually made that prediction. All right, so but let's keep it going. So here we are on Doggy Bites. So you guys can see it's definitely a lot more positive, a lot more lighthearted than the technology that they were talking about. But regardless, it does help bring and foster in a sense of community. Bone was spotted in the latest top layer 2 projects by social activity chart from Phoenix. So if your exchange isn't listing this powerhouse token yet, you're definitely missing out, but it's not too late. Phoenix Crypto News and Analytics at PNXGRP. Top hashtag layer 2 projects by social activity. ARB, Mint, OP, STX, IMX, ZK, STRK, Cello, Manta, Bone. That's right. That's right, my people. All right, cool. So you already know. You already know, my people. Don't mess with Bone. Bone Army for a reason. All right. I'm Bone Army. You're Bone Army. We're Bone Army. Innovation is taking two things that exist, putting them together in a new way. Tom Feston. That is absolutely very true. A lot of truth in that. All right, let's go ahead and keep this going. Trying to get through this for the Bone Army. Holy snap. Is this it? Did we actually get to the end, my people? We got to the end. That is right. Part 2. Oh, wait, hold on. There's a page over here. My bad. I'm over here. My bad. All right, it says, finish the journey. Let's make it unforgettable. Grab one of the 3,000 free NFTs waiting to be minted this week. Go to magazine.shib.io, my people. Sign up if you haven't. This one low-key is dope too. Look at this. Karma, Eastern philosophy, a lotus flower on top of a very serene, pacific, reflective bed of liquidity. You feel me? Absolutely. Very Buddha-esque. All right. So, all right, let's go ahead and see what the comments are looking like, my people. Let's see what the comments are looking like. All right. Because I know you guys over here probably going ham on the, yup, I knew it. Yup. And see, that's what I mean. Appreciate you guys. Dave, Matt Peta, not your financial advisor, YMB. Of course, KC Williams, appreciate you. Vic, 1000, of course, the Roar Army right there. Baja, absolutely appreciate you, broski. Ultros, Food with AI, absolutely. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and see what some of these questions are. You already know I'm gonna hit you guys with probably 2 hours again. Nice little 2 hours. So I was able to get through the magazine like I told you. So that's a big up. My throat is killing me. I do feel bad, but I had to get it through. So Dave D with the Rockets, of course. Mad Peta, Peppers, Bone, Shib, hashtag Bone, hashtag Shib, hashtag Tree, hashtag Leash, and now my favorite meme coin on Shibarium, hashtag Roar. You know what? I need to tap into the Roar community because you guys are definitely amongst the most active, and I'm glad that you guys are on Shibarium. I haven't actually copped a bag yet because I'm highly concentrated on some plays, but I will. All right, not your financial advisor. Let's go. Happy 420. Absolutely. 24 having day. It says YMB. Sup, my man? How much bone you hold? Couple bones here and there. Don't forget, I'm getting bone just by staking my K9 though. So if you don't even have bone, but you have K9, you can stake your K9 and get your bone. KC, yo, what up, big dog? Vic, 1000X, Roar, Bone, Path to Bull Success. Absolutely, man. I appreciate you. Baja Lifer, you already know, man. Goes without saying, bro. Top Bone General right here. Ultros, where is the paper located? Oh, the paper I was talking about in Shib Magazine. Go to Shib Magazine. Go ahead and click the links. Dave D talking about Rugged Inu. Of course, there was actually a Rug Inu. I do remember it. And there was even a scam token. And then people bought it and got scammed. So I guess they got what they paid for. All right. Food with AI. What up, crypto marketers? When are you joining the Roar community? You know what? I'm thinking about it. Need to do a video on Roar. Bro, you're 100%. Also, how do we participate in the Canine airdrop? Okay, well, the Canine airdrop is going to be released today for the whales. I believe they get a couple of days drop before. But this is what I'm going to tell you, though. It doesn't mean that they get more incentives, more prizes. It's not a first come, first serve situation. Everybody is going to have an equal playing field. It's going to be a 90-day event for this airdrop for you to collect on not only the tokens that you have now or have been LPing or vesting, but also the tokens that some of the quests that can get you additional prizes. All right, like following some people like Buzz, etc. All right, on Twitter if you connect your wallet. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some of the other stuff. All right, so the other thing I wanted you guys to actually listen to was Shytoshi, to this right here. I feel like this will bring a little bit more value to you guys. So let me go ahead and just check the prices of everything, because I know Bitcoin is probably going crazy. Look at this. Look at this. 87. I told you Bitcoin was going crazy, my people. I mean, and the thing is, you guys saw at the beginning, it didn't say that what's that? That Shib was going crazy, but let's go ahead and check Shib, see if there was any increase in Shib, because normally, like I said, it is correlated. Doesn't mean that it did go up, but sometimes it is correlated with some of these stronger plays. So I will tell you that. So let's go ahead and check the price real quick. Yep, here it is. Look at that. So before I even, that's why I wanted to get in, but absolutely was not able to get in. It's like almost like the network is congested or something. I don't know what's going on, but I'll definitely be trying to lock some in, because you already know it is the play. I definitely suggest that you guys try to lock in a nice little play, especially when it comes to Ethereum, my people. Get you some Ethereum right now. Get you some Shiba Inu. Get you some Bone. If you can buy it directly, go ahead and do it. Buy it directly. But yeah. All right, cool. Well, with that said, like I told you, it's going to shoot up, and it might actually continue to shoot up. So if you are like me, very bullish on the Shib ecosystem, I suggest you probably get a little Shiba Inu, some Shibarium tokens, and start making some of those plays. All right. So, all right, cool. Let me go ahead and get focused on this real quick. Give me one quick second, my people. Actually, well, here, let's just go ahead and slide this right here, because like I told you, I just wanted to show you that Shiba Inu shooting up, my people. And the thing is, when this goes, it's gonna explode. All right, so I'm just giving you, this is not financial advice. This is just me putting you on the play. You feel me? This is me absolutely just letting you know that this one will go before you even see it go, and you're gonna regret it. So try not to regret it. Just go ahead and get in. Make yourself a nice little play. Be like, you know what? I was watching this stream one time. I decided to get in. Little did I know, I put in, I don't know, $100. I put in $1,000. I put in $1,267 randomly, and I got 100 million tokens of Shiba Inu. You know what I mean, bro? I believe that if Shiba Inu, like I believe, is gonna go to a penny, that $1,267 will be equivalent to $1 million. Not financial advice. Not financial advice. All right. All right. Well, with that said, let's go ahead and get into this. All right. So Shiba Inu, $7.49 billion market cap, $12.70 billion in total market cap. And yes, it is at 4 zeros, 1267. I do predict, like I did predict earlier before I even read the thing. I told you guys, and it was down here, and now it's up here. And I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna move more than even Ethereum. That's what you guys don't understand, because it's gonna move with Ethereum, but then it's gonna be compounded with Shib effect, with the Shib burns, with every single utility that is being developed. Don't sleep on it. Of course, you guys know I'm hyper focused on the Shiba Inu ecosystem. That's why I don't really delve into too many of the other plays, but I do recognize that some of these other plays are important, and I will definitely be doing a little research and, of course, tapping into some of these plays. All right. So right now, let's see if this thing is free. Why is it freezing up on me? I'm trying to show you guys some of the plays. So I'm trying to get to Bone right now to see where it's at, because Bone normally follows after Shib, and there it is. Look, it's moving up already, and look at this. Look at this. It's gonna shoot up. It's actually gonna shoot up. Here, damn it. It's gonna catch up to this yellow. It's gonna catch up to this yellow. Just because it's down here don't matter. Just because it broke up here don't matter. Just because it broke below here don't matter. Just because it's about to break over here to 32 cents, it don't matter. Just understand what is happening, my people. All right, understand what's happening. Shiba Inu is waking up. All right, we're looking at Bone Shiba swap at, man, damn, this thing is freezing up, my people. I don't know if you guys, so that says $66.38 million market cap. Total market cap $72.17 million total market cap. And look at this, only 28 cents, my people. Do not sleep on Shiba Inu. I'm telling you guys, don't sleep on it. All right, cool. So now let's go ahead and see what's going on with, actually, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just show you guys the other token, which was Shy, actually, because I nailed that one so crazy. I don't even know where it's at right now, but I should be at about 6.5 at least, you know, because I actually charted it pretty sick. So it's actually at 7 already. That's pretty good. Pretty good move. But look at this right here. This is where, oh damn, this thing is freezing up. I don't know if I should even restart this and then, because I don't want it to stop when I'm doing Shy's talks. But anyways, boom, and look at this, crazy. Then of course I do think that this could break down. This could break down and then shoot back up. A final little dip down before it shoots up. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and come over here. This thing is definitely lagging. Yeah, I even hear it. So you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and just restart it. Or you know what? I did get through it, my people. Maybe I'll do this one as an actual content standalone. And you know what I mean? Let me see. Because there's so much. What's price prediction for Canine Leash and Bad Idea? Yeah, because right now this thing is frozen up. Yeah. Here, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna just show you guys real quick. No, you know what? I might have to. Well, either way, you know what, Bone Army, you already know, my people. I am once again very appreciative of all the love that you guys shot me. You know what I mean? In DMs, text messages, all that stuff. But as you guys can see, this thing is freezing up. This thing is freezing up. I don't even know if you guys could hear me. If you guys can hear me, yeah, see what I mean? I don't even know if you guys heard that. Did you guys hear any of that when I was frozen up? Because I'm freezing up. So this is probably going to shut down, and I'm going to just let it shut down, honestly. I was going to come back and hit you guys with the Shy, with the Karma on chain. But if it's freezing up, it's going to be messing up the audio, my people. So I definitely don't want that to happen. I'm tempted to just restart. Or just let it roll, because what happens sometimes is it shuts off, and then you guys are like, oh, is he coming back? And I don't like to leave you guys hanging like that. But all right, you know what, Baja said that is good. So you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and just ride this. Oh, but see, yeah, I'm freezing up though, bro. I hate that. Here, let me take off the right here. Audio clean though. All right, audio clean. So let's run it. This is Shy Speaks, episode 1, Karma Points. All right. Welcome aboard the maiden voyage of Shy Speaks, Shib, hosted by Shytoshi Kusama, the visionary behind Shiba Inu's meteoric rise. In this inaugural episode, we explore, and here, in fact, since I am reading this, let me go ahead and take that little music off because I do want you guys to hear what Shy has to say. All right, so let's go ahead and slide back over here. Uh, Over here. All right, so aboard Chateau, the visionary behind Shiba Inu's meteoric rise. In this inaugural episode, we explored we explore a range of intriguing topics, from the global impact of AI to the crucial milestone of 1 billion transactions on Shiba's network. Shai dives deep into the concept of karma, an innovative trust and reputation system designed for the decentralized future. Joined by Shadow Hunter, engineering manager, Karma ShibaSwap DAO, they explore how karma will revolutionize user interactions and elevate trust across platforms. Tune in as we discuss the intersection of technology, global change, and the future of decentralized ecosystems. It's a conversation you won't want to miss. If you want to be a guest in Shai's next episode, please fill out the form here. All right. So, what I will tell you is there is a secret company that you see this right here, it's Shiba Swap, and even the Shiboshi's release. There is a secret company that helped them. If you guys know what the name of that company is, put it in the comments. I do know what it is, but since I keep giving you guys Easter eggs, let's see if you guys could drop an Easter egg for me. And yeah, it says it's not freezing out. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and get into it because I'm gonna definitely try to hit you guys with 2 hours. And I think after this is gonna be about 2 hours. So without any further ado, let me know how the audio is also though. All right, 3, 2, 1. This is the first episode. Karma is on chain. Shytoshi and Shadow Hunter reveal Shiba Inu's Karma Revolution. Shy Speaks Shib, episode 1. If the audio is good, it's not unification, Smith, but good stuff, though. Good stuff. Good guess. That was a good guess, John Smith. Is the audio good? Oh, you guys can't hear? Oh, whoa, whoa, chill, chill. Oh, hold up, hold up, hold up. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, so no audio? They can't hear anything? Okay, cool, 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 cool. So let me come back over here. This thing does happen sometimes. So let me come over here. Let me go ahead and refresh it. And let me see. Reload site changes may not be saved. What up, my people? All right, cool. Let's see if you guys can now hear the situation. Let me go ahead and try to share it though. All right. Yeah, you know what? I mean, this could not go perfect. I mean, right? It is 420 as well. So I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, how can it go perfect on 420, my people? I mean, I can't blame it though. Low key, if I'm about to snap one, actually, that's probably why I feel bad. All right, here, get off screen. All right, now let me know if the audio for this is good though, because I don't know what's going on with this. All right, so let me put it back. Bop, 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 bop. Move it back over here. All right. Dang, you guys hear the little music? You hear the little break? No audio is quiet now. Are you talking? Okay. Ah, shit. So why does this happen, bro? Is there another way to share this? So you guys, oh, you saying it's good? Damn it, I don't know. You guys are confusing me, bro. All right, can you guys hear that little music or not? Forget my voice. Can you hear the audio from the Spotify, my people? That don't forget about my voice. Well, I guess not forget about my voice, but I don't know. In between. Can you hear Shytoshi? Here, I'm gonna write it.
Ladies and gentlemen, foes and fans, friends and fudders, I'd like to welcome you all to the first of many podcasts that I've named Shib. We have a lot to talk about because Shib covers so many different topics. We have so much to talk about. And today, in this first episode, we're going to touch on a few different things. First, we're going to talk about 1 billion. We're going to talk about karma, reputation. We're going to talk about AI, of course. And I think we'll talk a little bit about the global climate as it currently stands. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Shytoshi Kusama. And for those of you who do not know me, let's talk a little bit about who I am. I was the lead visionary for Shiba Inu, which I'm assuming all of you have heard of. We are the #1 meme community in the world, in my humble opinion. We have collectively led a decentralized network state to global recognition, and we've built a series, a structure, and an operating system of advanced technologies to help bring forth a better, decentralized, fair world. And it is my pleasure today to go more into detail about what and who we are currently and also where we are going. So with that short intro, let's start with the first topic of today in this brand new podcast. Let's talk about 1 billion. You know, 1 billion is very hard to reach. There are a lot of different quotes that stick out when I think about 1 billion. You know, there are trillions and trillions of stars. There are 8 or 9 billion people on this wonderful planet we call home. And there are over 1 billion transactions on Shibarium. Now, that's an impressive stat when you actually begin to realize what it means. It means that we have at least 10 times the transactions of Cardano. We've surpassed many other chains in our sector, in our industry, and we're only growing from here. That 1 billion mark is really a milestone that deserves a round of applause. It deserves recognition for all of you who have built or used Shibarium, and it represents exactly who we are, the future that we can build together, and our current trajectory, which, of course, isn't always dictated by price, which is affected by market manipulation, global events. But instead, when I say trajectory, I mean what we are moving towards and how we get there. Shibarium is, in many opinions, at least in my opinion, the foundation of who we are and what we are building, which is, again, an operating system for the future. So again, congratulations to all of you. Kudos to all of you, all of us. And let's make sure we move forward, taking Shibarium to the next level. And we'll get more into Shibarium in a little bit. So we have our first guest. I'm really excited to have Shadow on the podcast today. But before we go there, let's talk a little bit about this global climate that we are in. And I guess it's only fair if I take a little bit of time to talk about why I have been So quiet. Let me tie these two ideas together, global climate and 1 billion. There's a quote, very famous quote from, I believe, JP Morgan. Anyone can be a millionaire, but to be a billionaire, you need an astrologer. Now, there are a lot of different opinions on astrology. I'm a very religious person. I've seen the mountain of Moses and climbed it myself. I've seen things that are unexplainable, and I assure you I wouldn't be here without the grace of the Most High God. But astrology is one of those topics where some religions, you don't touch it, and other ones, it's everything. But the quote that I love is that it's supposed to be used for signs and for season. So what season are we in? And I believe we are in a season where things must change. Now, look, I don't care who you are. I don't care where you are, but I believe you will agree that things must change. And if you don't agree, joke's on you, buddy. Things will change. AI has changed so much in such a short amount of time. It is inevitable that things change globally. Doesn't matter if you like those in power or not. Doesn't matter who you voted for. Regardless, things will change. And agents of change sometimes make things more difficult so that things get better. Now, better for who is a very good question. But my focus, of course, is to make sure things get better for us. And how exactly do you think we can do that? Or mean posting on Instagram and on X at all times? No. The key here is for us to focus on developing the future. So as I dug into myself, and this is something I advise all of you as listeners, dig into yourself, know thyself. The more I dug into myself, the more I realized for me to reach my true potential, because as you all know, I love Super Saiyans, I love Dragon Ball Z like most of the world. I really haven't gone Super Saiyan. I've been in base mode while being, I unfortunately have not been my best. I haven't been my best physically, mentally, spiritually. I've been trying, but it's difficult when every time you open your phone, it's thousands of messages nonstop. And to make you all aware, it was the holy month of Ramadan, and I've attempted Ramadan multiple times in the past. This was the first time I was able to complete. Now, according to my own astrology, and I have a very unusual astrology for those of you who are astrologers, I have a Libra stellium of 5 planets, and I have a double yod of 4 planets. And my yod, which is basically known as the finger of God pointing at me to do something, is only activated through some sort of heartbreak, which happened right near the middle/end of Ramadan, and it ripped me apart, took my soul and stepped on it, destroyed who I thought I was, made me question everything. Best thing that ever happened to me, because when I came out of Ramadan, and therefore shortly after in my calendar, which is the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread, I'd lost at the beginning of the year about 25 kilos of weight, and my entire reset of soul, mind, body, spirit is complete. And unfortunately, for everybody who was wondering, I needed that time so that I could step forward and talk truth to you all in a much more powerful manner, with my full heart open and with my soul laid bare. Now, that doesn't mean I wasn't working, as many would say, on the grind the entire time. And now, with a slightly different vision of how we ensure success for all of us, and the technologies that we've been building nearing completion and release, and new technologies emerging, focus, we're in a better place. I am in a better place. And now, with the winds of change shifting from many planets moving, retrograde over, a lot of new planets in new houses and in new positions, the wind is to our back, regardless of which is exactly where we wanted to be as we begin this important conversation about technology. And the first technology that we'll be releasing in this new phase, if you want to call it, is karma. Now, karma is actually pretty interesting when you consider it. There are many different opinions of what karma is, but if you go back to Hermetic science, it's basically a result of one's action. There are a lot of questions around karma. Can it be canceled? Can you do things to cancel out bad karma? And you would say, yes, I would agree. But how do we translate karma and an equivalent or similar concept of reputation into blockchain? And why is it important? And to answer this and some other questions, and to discuss the technology that we built and how it fits into a larger picture of what Shib will become, I have Shadow with me, who is one of our developers, and I'm super excited to have him on the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, a short round of applause for Shadow. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, and thank you for being here and being our first guest of many. Shadow, can you tell us a little bit about what you work on in Shib?
Hi, Shai. Thank you for the invite here. And yeah, I'm so glad that you have invited me, and I'm so happy to speak here with you. I'm a software development manager in Shib, and I manage a lot of projects. We build a lot of interesting projects, and currently I've been working on many good projects. Like Karma is one of the project, and then we are also working on multiple projects like staking, the new version of staking, and DAO and cross chain swap and pretty cool stuff like that.
Pretty amazing. And I like to just give a shout out to the entire dev team who have been really behind the scenes, quietly building some amazing technologies that have, in my opinion, gone underestimated and undervalued, but not for long. And I think that you're one of the most important on the team. So thank you for being here. Now, let's talk about this idea of karma. Before we get into the technical aspect of how karma works within our system, I'd love your opinion.
As per me, karma is something very crucial to our ecosystem. For me, karma is like going to be like a identity for trust. So people or users or developers or whoever are using our products, whichever product it is, like are they using our swap, or are they using our metaverse, or are they reading our magazines, getting minting our NF, whatever. So with karma, we are going to give like a trust scores on basis of the use activity on our systems, and that trust score will be associated with a lot of things, but majorly it shows how valued our users are, and how are they using our platforms. It gives us insights on every users and all of their activities in our ecosystem.
Ah, I see. So karma tends to be a trust system, which is interesting because blockchain loves the word trustless. Like there's no need to even think about how you're dealing with the other person. It just works directly. But as we know, we deal with so many scams and scammers in this system. Having a trust-based system to help understand who you are dealing with is very important. And in my opinion, it's also important because it can be transferred into a lot of different industries and a lot of different systems. Is that right? Am I getting that right? That this could be used in a whole bunch of different dApps and a bunch of different systems that people are building?
Yes, you are absolutely right, Shai. Yeah. So Karma will be a trust score for all the dApps or everything that we are building. We have built till now, or we will be building in future, whatever. So we will be like giving some scores to the users based on their activity. It can be positive scores or it can be negative scores based on their activity, and that shows in the end the overall Karma will show us if a user is trustworthy or not.
Interesting. It's really interesting that you can gain positive or negative karma through doing certain action. I think that also ties closely to reputation. Is that right? I know reputation will come a little bit later, or maybe even at the same time for this system, but the idea of reputation comes closely behind it, right? Because now I get to say if this person is helpful for me or not.
Right. Reputation will be another trust score that we'll be having, but it will be after karma, not with karma. I hope that was the case. But primary difference between reputation and karma, what I see is the introduction of roles. So reputation will be more close related to the roles of the users, what their role is in the ecosystem. Are they a developer, or are they a moderator, or are they any other? So with reputation, will also be introducing roles, and reputation would mostly be a rating given to each other or given by users, and like it will be a rating system. But karma, the difference in karma is a trust score that we are building, and the user gets the score by using our platforms and the way they are using our platform.
Interesting. And when I think about in a system that's similar that works very well, I think of eBay. eBay's been around for decades at this point. And one of the good things about eBay is that when you find a quote unquote trusted seller, you know that the likelihood of you getting your item is higher because this person has so many trusted transactions. And we see this obviously in other platforms, but I think eBay is the best example. And it's funny because within the first few months of eBay, you're not really going to see that trust system truly have an impact. But over time, it really helps you know who and what your likelihood of success will be. I always think about like when I meet people, what is the likelihood of the possibility that they're a scammer? It's always, rating between 1 to 5. And this is my personal karma system. But I love this because it's community based and for reputation, but it's also just simply locked on chain. This brings up a question. And I just want to confirm this, that we won't be starting karma on a certain date. We'll actually be including karma from past transactions as well. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, definitely. We will be including karma from all the transactions that people have done from the beginning of the swap or beginning of the MV or like basically beginning of our products. We will be processing all the past data into our karma engine and that will give us the final scores.
Fantastic. I think that's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first that you'll see certain individuals gain karma from day one from what they've done pre-day one, which is really important. And that's a beautiful thing, Shadow, because it means that I know who I can trust instantly. Just like I mentioned with eBay, you don't see it instantly, but here, the karma engine will instantly give you an idea of who you're dealing with for individuals. And that means also it closely ties to identity because you need that identity. Is that right as well?
Right. So identity is not integrated from the first day, but it will be eventually integrated in karma. And like the karma scores will be mapped to each user's identity. And yeah, it will be coming soon.
Interesting. And see that's when things get really interesting. And when you begin to tie all these different components of what I love to call it 36 gamers of tech, which now are more than 36, together. Because that's when the power of the entire operating is truly unlocked. And I love it because for like a business or a government, the ability to track the karma of your citizens or your users is really important on a variety of different for a variety of different reasons. And I guess that's my next question, and maybe my final question. How can I use karma in my app? What are some things that I could use these karma points to?
Right. So there are multiple things that these karma points will be able to do. Like first,
All right, I'm just pausing it right here for a little bit, but because I mean, I don't know if you guys are understanding how much they're actually covering. That's why I'm like, I'm not even interrupting them because they're covering so much. One thing I don't know if they're going to cover, but Shib Finance, reputation and karma tied into potential loans, even more beneficial credit interest rates for those loans. Okay. So that's what we're talking about. Everything tied into your wallet, decentralized identification. This is what they're talking about. Okay. They call it Shib identity, but that's exactly what they're talking about. These technologies that they're trying to make easy, trying to rename so that people can more easily come across them. But sure enough, there it is, my people. So I don't know if you guys want me to interrupt them every so often to explain what they're saying, but this really is right now. Shytoshi just asked them, what can you use your reputation for? All right, let's see what they can use their reputation
first
for.
of all, things right, like this karma will be integrated in our DAO system. So it will be a crucial part in our DAO system as well. This will be given karma boost. We say it as a karma boost in the DAO. Like people getting rewards will have this. Like we will be getting integrating this karma inside the DAO, and people voting or using our platform and who are supposed to get any rewards, they can boost their rewards using this karma. That is the first thing. And second thing, it's similarly this karma scores will be used in throughout our system, like in many of our products, to give advantages to the users who are more trustworthy or have positive karma rather than people having negative karmas. We can simply remove people who are having negative karma.
So this also helps get out a lot of fudders or people that might be trying to damage the project, and actually highlights people that are trying to help the project that have a history keep in mind, they said this is going to go back to some of the earliest transactions and your wallet history. Okay, so this is very comprehensive. This is one of the most well thought out systems that I've ever seen, because even when you look at um the Reddit upvote or the overflow or the Duolingo or the Korea, like they don't go through your financial records to see, oh, did you, were you late on this payment, or are you on time, or is your credit score this much or that? Like, I mean, so this is definitely a step into the evolution of the benefits that crypto can actually offer people. That's what I'm saying. Imagine you have a good credit score, a good reputation, a good karma score. I say credit score, karma score / karma boost, because you can boost it, right? And that means that because of that, you might be able to get a more favorable loan, like they said. All right, get your voice amplified. If you decide, like they want, a lot of people, and every single one of you listening, to come out with your own project on Shibarium. They keep telling you guys, come on, come up with something. You know what I mean? So you can tie in the karma to that as well. So I'm just saying, this is banger, my people. All right, here, let me go ahead and hit the play again.
Because of certain misusages of the platforms, right? Or the things that we consider as not good for the system.
Amazing. I think that's such an amazing example of how we will use karma. And I'm really excited to see what other users will do with this karma system, because so many different things can be built using this. So many different systems, so many different incentives can be utilized with this karma system, especially when you align it with what we already have, different tokens and how they work together. It's really powerful. And I'm super excited to see it launch. And to see what the community will do with it. So Shadow, thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you coming on the podcast. I hope to see you again as we continue to talk about other amazing projects that I know you have up your sleeve, because I know about them. And I'm super excited to see Karma release. So thank you. Any other things you want to mention?
Yeah, thank you, Shai. Right, like with Karma, like I would want to add few more things that we have been doing with Karma. Like Karma system, the technical details, like the backend or the technical architecture of this Karma is like a marble to me. Like I really take proud on building this product, because this is, like, as far as I know, this is going to be the first on-chain EXP system that is going to come out, like built in house in Shib. So we take proud on it, really. So Karma can be used, this Karma contracts or Karma system can be used by any other developers or any other users out there who want to build on top of our Karma system, or who want to utilize our Karma to do something in their systems or provide any sorts of rewards or incentives in their systems. They can do that. And also, if in near future we will be also supporting other developers to onboard to our current system, that is also a plan that we are having, that we will be providing a process where people can a intake form, basically, where people can request to onboard to our Karma system, and we will be giving out the systems or the services to them. So these are all in the pipeline for Karma, and yeah, I'm very excited to see it live, same as you, Shai, and I'll be very excited to see how the community reacts to Karma.
My bad, not to interrupt, but I just want to highlight how even he's amazed at the technology in the background, my people. He works in technology, all right? Just putting that in context.
Fantastic notes. Shadow, thank you for being here again. And karma is such an interesting topic, and it's really a marvel to have inside of our ecosystem. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's just take a few moments to talk about some of the important things that are outside of the karma and outside of the billion and everything else. Again, you're listening to the Shy Speaks Shib podcast. I want to thank you all for listening. We are looking for podcast guests. If you would like to be on this podcast, we'd love to have you and love to speak to you about what you're working on, specifically if you're working with Barium. But even if you're working on things outside of Shibarium, we'd love to have you. We are booked far into the future, but I'm doing my best to squeeze in more guests so that we can have fun here. You can email us at podcast@shib.io. And also, if you're interested in being featured in our DAP directory, which I believe is going live today or tomorrow, we'd love to have you as well, get you featured in our magazine, love to tweet about what you're working on so that we can build. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but build better to build back better. Sounds terrible, right? But you get what I mean. Anyway, thank you all for being here on the first podcast episode of Shy Shib. Until we meet again, please stay well and you all soon.
All right, so that right there was
free audio post-production by alphonic.com.
all right, so that right there was Shytoshi Kusama talking, and Karma is on chain. Shytoshi and Shadow Hunter that I told you is from that company that I hinted at earlier. So with that said, I'm telling you, my people, this is perhaps the most undervalued project in crypto. All right, everyone is really sleeping on Shibarium, the 36 chambers, Shib OS, Shibarium, and the Shiba State. Everything is going towards a definite end, my people. Understand that this is a long-term vision. This is not just a bull run, pump and dump. No, this right here is a perpetual community run on decentralized mechanisms forever. That's what they're aiming for. All right. So with that said, let me see what you guys are saying. Like I said, I did want to give you guys a lot of value. Let's go ahead and see what Bitcoin is doing. And then I'm gonna go ahead and check out some of the I'm telling you guys, Bitcoin wants to move, my people. It wants to. Look at that. Look at that candle. Do not disrespect Bitcoin right now, my people. But when that happens, then you know Shib is probably gonna start moving too, though. So let's go ahead and see what Shib is doing. Oh yeah, look at Shib. Look at Shib. All right. So anyways, let's go ahead and check the comments, and then I will let you guys go. I appreciate all of you guys. Food with AI. This is my first bull crypto markets. What's a good amount of ETH to have for gas fees? All my coins are on ETH. Well, if this is your first bull run, not financial advice. First of all, anything I'm going to tell you right now is not financial advice. Not telling you what to do, just telling you what I would do if I was you. I would get my Ethereum tokens. I would buy Shibarium ecosystem tokens. I would move them into Shibarium, okay? Because that is where I believe most of the action is going to go. You don't want to just stay on Ethereum and keep them tied just to Ethereum. You want them to definitely be tied to Bone, because Bone, in my opinion, is a minimum 10x. Minimum 10x, all right? I'm going to be conservative. Minimum 10x, definitely 100x, in my opinion, and eventually a 1,000x play, period. That's how I see it, all right? So with that said, that's what I would do. And stay away from those tokens that are weird. Stay with the official Shiba Inu tokens. That way, you know, at least the value will retain. If you go into a lot of these other tokens that are riskier, as I'm sure you found out already, you are going to get rugged. The value is not there. Liquidity is not there. The price impact will drain your profits. So definitely stay with these projects that have a lot of liquidity. Look at this. $3.6 million in liquidity for Shiba Inu. All right. Understand the quality that this project is. Over 1 million transactions on Shibarium. All right. So anyways, that's what I would say. With that said, once again, I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. All right. Like I told you, Ethereum is a good play. Bitcoin looking like it's trying to pop. So that means that if I was you, I would probably get a little Shib. I would actually get a little Shib. But you know what, though? I would get Shib and I would get a little Shy too, though. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even going to lie. I probably buy Shy. All right? Because it's at 7 right now. I believe it could dip to 6. I believe it could dip to 6. But you know what, though? I wouldn't wait. I wouldn't wait. I would just actually capitalize on this because once this one goes, this one is the only official token recognized by Shytoshi Kusama on Solana. Of course, there's other plays that have had contact with Shytoshi Kusama, but this is the Shytoshi Kusama play that is going to take on Hasbro and a lot of the tabletop games. That's a multi-billion-dollar industry, my people. Basically monopolize or triopolize, because it's about like 3 different companies primarily. But with that said, you already know that he always goes for the jugular, my people. So with that said, I do appreciate you guys. I will try to definitely do more content. I know I have to hit the bad idea community. I know I have to hit the canine community. I know I have to do more bone videos. You know what I mean? I know I have to probably do some more Shib and canine leash videos. Definitely want to do a roar video. Well, let's see what the price of roar is real quick. You know, you guys deserve it. Ooh. Is this on Ethereum? Ooh, this is on Ethereum. You chart looking kind of nice today. So actually over these past days. So with that, look at that. It's actually at $2.87 million, 1 billion circulating supply. That to me is a little scary though, I'm gonna be honest, just because it's so low. So that means that it's gonna go up, like shoot up really high, go down, blah blah blah. Really, it's gonna be really volatile when. So on this one, I would say make sure you guarantee you take profits and try to capture the dips. All right, whenever it peaks, depending on its history, of course, I don't want to go through it. I will eventually make a video for this. I do like that 100% of the circulating supply is out. I haven't seen the holders. I would have to check the concentration of the top holders. I do like that it has 100% liquidity, appears to be burnt, and 1,024 holders is actually pretty early in a project in case you guys are trying to capitalize on it. But yeah, this is another one that I believe they're going to Shibarium, though. That's why I'm giving them even a little light right now. And also their community is very active. So definitely got to give it up to a community that is very active. All right. So with that, if you guys have anything else, you already know what to do. And I appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead. Let me just finish these. Thank you, Crypto Marxists. Now, thank you guys for hanging out with me, with my sick ass over here, barely making it through. My throat is burning, etc. All right. I'm up on Roar. Good stuff. Excellent. That you're up. I hope you continue to be up. I hope that play is the one that closes it out for you and that you stay up forever, my boy. Because at the end of the day, the one thing I'm going to tell you is this. The profits are not real until they're in your bank account. Let me say that one more time because I heard it and it stuck with me and it's so true. The profits are not yours. They're not real until they're in your bank account. Okay? I don't care if you're telling me you're up 60,000. Okay? One crash and that 60,000 is $600. Period. Okay, just understand how crypto moves. So just make sure I'm not even talking about roaring kitty right now. All right, I'm just here. Let me get out of there because people are gonna say I'm footing the project or whatever. Let me come over here to Shib. So my point is that is what I'm gonna tell you. If you're up, take your profit. Okay, try to have a goal. You'd be like, all right, cool. I want to at least make this much. So when you get to a certain goal, take that and then go ahead and make sure that you take your initial profit out. All right, that way you at least break even. You know that it's a moon bag. Then go ahead and take a little bit off the top. Now you have profit. Now you have that in your account. Now that's real money. Now you're making money in crypto. And then if the moon bag actually takes off and hits the moon, then guess what? You're going to be sitting pretty safely. Now, if you're up, 10K, 60K, something crazy like that, $100,000, and you haven't tapped into your profits and that thing goes back down, you're going to regret it And I'm gonna tell you something. The person that said it's not real profit, it's not real money if it's not in your bank. If you just have it in a wallet somewhere, it's not real money. So the person that actually said that didn't sell last bull run at the top. In fact, he was celebrating. There's a picture of him on a yacht drinking it up with all his boys, having the time of their life. In fact, it's funny because it's like, all right, guys, we're gonna take it. I mean, I'm not making fun of the man. All right, I'm just saying, like, I'm not even saying who it is, but I'm just saying though, like, it's almost like, when people are like, just if they're him, you feel me, or whatever, but if they're not, they want to make it be like, all right, 3, 2, 1, let's all take a drink, and so anyways, point is they're on the back of a yacht and they're over there taking drinks from the bottles, from their drinks, whatever. And the thing is that then they ended up not taking their profits, and the timestamp of that photo shows that it was like a week before the 67,000 Bitcoin crash, and the guy's saying he was up like $60,000 or $90,000, some shit like that, and didn't capitalize on that. So basically, he's over there having the time of their life. Keep in mind, when the bull run, you guys haven't seen the bull. If it's your first bull run, you really haven't seen the bull run, how it's gonna hit. I don't want to make this longer than it should, but maybe I'll start the story, recounting this story again next time on the live, just to keep the conversation, and maybe not even talk so much, but just have a conversation with you guys. But point is that a week before, he's over here. Once the bull run is going, it seems like nothing can miss because everything is shooting up. You're like, what the hell? You throw it into Rug Inu and the rug comes back, a magic carpet. Like, everything is crazy, I'm telling you. But at the same time, though, when the crash comes, it catches everybody by surprise. And if you haven't taken the profits, you're going to basically be forced to ride that down because it crashes way. You see how right now it's going up slowly. Okay, bull run start until it starts going parabolic. But when the crash comes, it's bang. It's hits you quick. So the thing is that bang is going to force a lot of you guys, if you don't take profit, to basically ride out the wave, that crash, bear market all the way, and then you're going to have to come in 4 years and be at this exact same place after getting rugged on a couple plays, after not having any solid plays. First of all, it's going to be a bear market. So no matter what you go in, most likely it's going to teeter out eventually. That's just how it is. It's a bear market. So anyways, point is that then you're going to be forced to be waiting. And then you're going to say, you know what? This time I'm taking profit. Just take profit, my people. That's all I'm going to say. So make sure you take enough profit. And then if you have enough profit and you want to just go ahead and maybe put in some more fiat, you feel me? Put a little fiat. And then, if it goes up, then it goes up. You feel me? But you already have your profits. Okay. All right. With that said, I go by Crypto Marxist, aka Bone Army. Just came at you. If you got any value from this, go ahead and do me a favor and just hit that like. All you got to do, hit that sub if you want to, hit that bell so you can be notified when I drop content or when I go live, and go ahead and leave a comment. If you have any questions, I will try to get to them eventually. Once again, you hear my throat. I feel like I feel bad. I feel like crap. My stomach is, so right now, you know what I mean? It might take me a little bit, but regardless, I wanted to hit you guys with this one. I hope you guys understand the karma reputation system and how that's going to tie into the entire Shibarium ecosystem. So anyways, from me to you, once again, I appreciate all the comments and love that you guys sent me. So yeah, with that said, I'm Bone Army. You're Bone Army. We're Bone Army. All right. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Do me a favor and share this thing, gang. And I'm out. 1, 2, deuces.